Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the reunion part 2. Thankfully, this is the last part. You know, we normally get at least from 3 to 4 parts. And so I'm glad we really could have wrapped it up in one, but this second part, I ain't even put on no good clothes to come sit before you. We didn't put on a face. Because I really felt like I needed to just come on over, you know, like let's just come on over and get it out the way. I didn't enjoy it. I will say that I did not enjoy this second part, and it was mainly because of how Drew was handled. I ain't like it. Anyway, we'll get to it. So Courtney is, of course, she's still speaking for Ralph like she always do. She's still speaking for Ralph. And he asked Drew if what any of Courtney's saying is true. And Drew says that Courtney knows nothing about their marriage. You know, she just met Ralph yesterday. Ralph has been coaching her this entire time. You know, all of that. Drew, we saw this last week, but you know they took us back some, and now we're here again where Drew is cussing her out, cussing her out. Of course, Courtney is, you know, it's a back and forth. It's a back and forth. Drew says that there's a lot that she hasn't said. There's a lot that she hasn't shared because this is her marriage, you know, like she's very traditional in that what goes on in a couple's marriage and what's going on in your household should stay there, and you should not just be airing your dirty laundry out like that. And so since she comes from that, she ascribes to that, and so this is why we don't really get much out of her. Mayetta over there to the side like, well, you need to start talking about it. Girl, be quiet. Because half of y'all don't even care. You don't want to know because you care, or you're going to allow her to be vulnerable with you, or, you know, it's none of that. You just want to know her business so that y'all can throw it in her face some kind of way. Because nobody's sitting up, nobody but Kenya showed genuine concern for Drew. Nobody but Kenya. Maybe Sonya too, here and there. But for the most part, it was just Kenya speaking up on her behalf. Everybody else just sat back and let whatever happen to her. And it was just like, this isn't sisterly. This isn't very sisterhood. Anyway, they asked Candy, you know, no. Let me back up. While Drew is speaking, Courtney's calling her a liar and all of that, and she over there laughing. Candy confirms that Drew told her that Ty was her crush. You know, that was what they were talking. While Drew is speaking, Courtney's calling her a liar. She's, you know, trying to overtalk her. She's over there laughing at her. She's mocking the entire situation. Candy confirms that Drew called Ty her crush. They all co-sign, you know, the rumors that are swirling around. And this is the part that was very unsettling for me. I didn't like it. They basically all threw under the bus. It was like, let's just dig the knife deeper. Let's dig your hole deeper. Let's throw a little dirt on it, a little salt on it. Let's all just join in on Drew's sabotage. And I just don't like that. Like, it didn't sit well with me that they all it was almost like they were ganging up on her. Kind of like dry snitching. It was, I don't like it. I don't like it. If Drew doesn't want the world to know what she does in the bedroom, who she's doing it with, I think that she's entitled to keep that to the chest. I think that she's entitled to not talk about it. Now, Drew is also flat out lying about it as opposed to telling them people it's just not their business. Like I get not wanting to allude to it. I get not wanting to, come for. He got one more. He got one more, and I'm gonna be angry about it. Like I was saying, Drew is entitled to keep her business her business. She's lying about it. And that's what that's I think that's what everybody is hung up on. It's just like, girl, at this point, just be honest. Just be forthcoming. Just say what it is. If that's what it is. But then again, she don't have to. She don't have to tell y'all if she's sleeping with Ty, if she kissed Ty, if she kissed Latoya and liked it. She don't have to tell y'all that. And the fact that y'all feel entitled to that information is bothersome. Candy is the one that is free. She's the one that's fluid, talking about it, fine with, with her sexuality and sex being the topic of conversation all the time. She's cool with that. That's her. That's her judge. That ain't what Drew is giving. And she's never given us that. And so she's about her image. But girl, why can't you just say that? You could have been pulled them people to the side, especially Candy. She could have absolutely had a side conversation with Candy about not wanting her to discuss, their private, detailed conversations about what Drew likes and what she don't like. Like, she got her proclivities. And girl, it's okay. Girl, I think we would all rather you be with Ty. Maybe not Ty, because Ty... Ty, I feel like Ty is like, I feel like she's the reason why Ralph is so bent out of shape and why he wants to drag Drew. Like, she's just been cheating on him their entire marriage. I think it's because it's Ty. Like, Ty gives, y'all remember how we all felt about Ruby Rose on, Orange is the New Black? It's because of that strong masculine energy that they give off. It's giving boy. It's a hybrid of sorts. I'm sure Ty is Miss Steal Your Girl. And so I think that's why Ralph is also. All right. Without further ado, they while they're all, co-signing on this and everybody's like just all in this lady business, because again, Drew has not let it be known that it's not something that she wants to talk about, or that it's, she's not giving us a why as to why she's, not being forthcoming. She's just not being forthcoming. And it is up to everybody in the room to read the room and just drop it. But they won't. They won't. They're dragging this. I don't know why Drew's sexuality is such an important topic, but it is. Marlo and Sheree are asked about Drew's sexuality. Marlo says she's going to stay out of it, which I commend her for doing. Sheree should have also said, it's none of my business. I ain't speaking on it. But no, she gonna say, well, you know what? Somebody delivered something to my house. And she pull out a folder with printed out text messages from Drew's phone that are supposed to be incriminating. Candy said on her speak on it. And this is another thing. Candy, I want you to stop clarifying so much shit. That you wouldn't want people clarifying if it were you. It's not cool. It's damning, and it's just like, this lady going through a divorce. She is. It's given we gonna hide Apollo stuff at our house when he dealing with legal stuff. It's along the lines of that for me. It gives me that same feeling. Like, you siding with Ralph. So because you mad, because you mad at her, you just gonna side with Ralph. Ralph is a terrible husband. And I ain't too keen on him as a human being either. And so for anybody to say, I'm taking Ralph's side, I'm looking at you funny. I'm looking at you funny because he has done a number on this lady. And it shows. And yet you have no empathy as a woman. It's just, well, because you out here making everybody think I'm lying on you. Well, I'm mad at you and I'm holding that grudge. And so I'm on Ralph's side with this one. How? Why? So you co-signing and you confirming shit that don't have nothing to do with you. I'm a little perturbed about that because Candy don't have to do that. Like, granted, you're not lying and you don't want to be out here painted as a liar, but nobody thinks you're lying. Nobody thought you were lying. Nobody thought that you were that you were trying to produce scenes or produce a situation because of your movie. Nobody thought any of that. We believed you from the beginning. I want you to read the room and stop in every instance saying, yeah, you know, Drew, she did good in her sex scenes, even though she was saying she ain't kiss girls. It's just like, why are you dragging it? Why? Why are you doing that? You dragging this lady out the closet and she is, listen, holding on by a thread. Holding on by a thread. But Sheree got these text messages and they pass them around and everything. Kenya tries to read them. She said, let me see them. See if I can help my girl out. But I mean, some of them, I guess, were incriminating. Candy says that they read them out loud. But that was edited out. That was even edited out of the uncensored version that we got on Peacock. I mean, on Peacock, it was uncensored as in, like, we got all the F-bombs, bitches, hoes. We got all the cuss words. But they edited that out. They didn't read it out loud there either. And I'm glad that they didn't, because y'all gonna just read somebody's personal text messages out loud? The fact that y'all had them passing them around was too much. That was too much. I really didn't appreciate them doing this to Drew. We switch, you know, before we wrap that topic up. Andy highlights the fact that Mayetta has an orphanage, and you know, so good on you, girl. They break for lunch. Sheree and Marlo go and commiserate over the She News and their hate for Candy. Marlo says she want to know how she can subscribe. How can she I can't even say it wrong because I know how to pronounce it. But she says subscribe. How can I go subscribe with a V? To She News. Sheree, she says she only did it because Candy be up on Speak On it talking about her, and she been talking about her all season. And so that's the only reason why she decided to do the She News. They looking through it. Candy got stuff on there for $75. That's on Shein for $7. So I mean, she just marking it all the way up. Shrewd businesswoman, but get money, bitch. Listen, who are I to tell you how to make your coin? If the people buying it, they dumb enough to buy it, then that's on them. Courtney, she gonna drop in her man room because, you know, that's her man. They hug. He all in her neck and shit. I'm like, what is this hug? What is this? What you doing, Courtney? What you doing? Anyway, they talking. Are you ready? I know you love her, but she's just a compulsive liar, and I'm glad that you're ridding yourself of her. Allison walking by, she see him. Courtney gonna try to come ease and close the door. Allison say, don't close the door in my face. You see me standing here. Courtney gonna say, somebody get this bitch. Did you call me a bitch? Courtney say, I did. I am. Oh, but you don't use that word. I do today. And see, Allison, that was when you were supposed to give her one of those. You know, just a good one. That's what we was waiting on. Bring Allison back and recast everybody else. No, Allison and Drew, Cause Drew got some stuff going on that we can get into. But yeah, bring Allison in. Bring Allison in so she can be more, so she can engage the girls. I'm team Allison. I want Allison to slap her ass. I really did. Cause Courtney is, you ain't gonna open up your eyes in heaven being this way, Courtney. You just not. You not. That's just that. We look back on all the sexy moments this season, you know. Can you say she put threesomes on the map? Absolutely. I was a young girl, shouldn't even know what a threesome is. A young girl. I was a young girl in my friend's older sister's VHS collection. We was watching Twa. Okay. You absolutely put Menage a Trois on the map. Definitely. Cause listen, Twa was that girl. If you haven't seen the movie, it's probably on YouTube. I don't know. Find it. It's a good one. They asked Candy what's the freakiest thing she's done. Candy is she did. If you have had an orgy, of course you don't care about sharing that you do this, that, and the third. But see, the thing is, Candy, you be making them folks sign NDAs, and so to a certain extent, you want some of your business private. You know, you fine with letting us know you'll do it and that you down, but you don't be wanting us to know who. You don't be wanting us to know it's folk in your circle. But what if them people decided to leak that? What if somebody decided to just start talking about who you been sleeping with? Who was in the orgy? Who was, because she said it was 4 or more. Girl, orgy. And what if folks decided to just start name dropping? You wouldn't like it. You would not like that. And so I want you to keep that same energy with Drew. She don't want to talk about kissing girls and liking Ty and all that. So this crazy man can be using it against her in court. Because his ass can't wait. He can't wait to be finding something on her so he can have the upper hand and take all her money. Anyway. We move on. Sonya, we talk about, you know, the miscarriage. It was unfortunate that she had to experience something so traumatic, but we are glad that that God sent her another baby, you know, so she's blessed. She's pregnant. I think she said she was about 4 months then. So yeah, she has a baby on the way. She says that she was disappointed in Kenya because she felt like in that moment when she dealt with that miscarriage, Kenya didn't do enough. I think a lot of Aquarius people get this bad rep that we are emotionally detached and that we don't care about people and what they go through. And that is the biggest misconception ever. Because a lot of people come to me with their woes, with their bad days. Rarely do I do that. If it has to be something major for me to be calling anybody inventing. And it be stuff going on. And I don't talk about it. But people can come to me. I am their safe space all the time. You know, but the minute you don't give them the reaction that they might have wanted, now you detached, now you cold, now you this, now you that, now you don't care about me. And it's just like, I called you though. Can you say I called you? Now you expected me to blow your line up, girl? Calm down. We co-workers and I did what a co-worker was supposed to do. Hit your line to say, you know, whatever she needed to say. Sonya didn't answer the phone. What's she supposed to do after that? Again, you expect her to blow your phone up. And then you want to talk about, well, this person and that person. I had so much support from everybody else. Okay, well, let's revel in the support that you got from everybody else. Why are you worried about me? Why are you concerned about me? Since you got so much support from everyone else, then why does my support matter? I don't understand that. I don't understand that what my other friends and the other girls and what they did. Fuck about that. Okay, so I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? I don't understand. Anyway, King say, well, you know what? The important thing is that you are healthy and you are pregnant again and that you have a healthy baby on the way. She ain't give her what she wanted. She did not give her what Sonya was looking for. King, she probably thought Kenya would be defensive and try to combat it. King was just like, girl, you got it. Listen. Because I don't know what you want her to do, Sonya. Sonya be poking at Kenya a little bit. And I don't you don't want it with her like that. And I don't see why you continue to poke the bear. Like try to find some type of issue. You nitpicking. And no. No. Anyway, Kenya, she shares that she's going to adopt, and so I'll be looking forward to seeing that. They better keep Kenya around so we can see the adoption journey. Thank you very much. Go ahead. That's how you cliffhanger the people. Yeah, I'm gonna be adopting. Now we want to know what's gonna happen. So good for you, Kenya. Sonya, she's asked about her comments towards Kenya, some comments she made. Kenya feels like Sonya kind of straddles the fence. And I think we all, well, maybe not all, but I think that a big part of the viewership, we feel like she is wishy-washy. She kind of flip-flops. Especially when it comes to Marlo. Like, Marlo does no wrong. She always wants everybody to see things from Marlo's vantage point, from Marlo's perspective. And it's like, girl, are you gonna and the one time she held her accountable, you know, we can say, okay, you did that. Because she did. Marlo sending that video to LaToya and stirring this all up was wrong. And she checked her on it. Kenya said she didn't see it. It happened. I remember it happening when it happened, and I thought to myself, oh, okay, well, I guess we can appreciate that. Still, Marlo and Sheree are held to a different standard when it comes to Sonya. She be holding Kenya feet to the fire, Candy feet to the fire, everybody feet to the fire, but Marlo and Sheree. She coming to them with kid gloves, because them her friends. Anyway, when it came to that charity event, Marlo didn't raise her paddle, neither did Sheree, and so with that, it's just ironic that y'all didn't do that for your bestie. They said that they did give. They ended up giving, and they told Sonya that they were going to give, but they would not be raising a paddle for Kenya in anything she's emceeing, or she was the auctioneer. So anything she doing, they wasn't finna get on board. And that's sad as well. That y'all can't even put whatever y'all had aside, whatever y'all had with Kenya, you couldn't put it aside for your friend's charity event. It's not even about Kenya. It's about Sonya and Mommy Nation. And yet, because y'all don't like Kenya, y'all just gonna sit there with your arms folded and not give her any, because I guess it's playing out on camera, and so everybody's playing a game. Everybody's playing the game. Anyway, let's move on. Candy, she's asked why she thinks it's okay to have a shady YouTube channel, but the girls can't shade her. And she just says, I'm just giving them back what they've given me. Move on. Carry on. Sheree, she sent in a question. I don't know if she did or if this is someone with the same name, but Sheree from Sandy Springs, Georgia says, you act like you're above everyone else. You don't share your personal business, just your businesses. And shouldn't you step down since you're so busy? Candy says that's a lie. And it is a lie. Candy has shared a lot of her life. I mean, when we first met her, she dealt with her fiance passing away. Her mama didn't really too much like him either. And so that was a negative thing that happened in her life. Her mother has been nothing but negative on this show as it pertains to her marriages and her love life. And her friends. I mean, her best friend and her mama was going at it. That's negative. She's shown us the negative in her life. Baby daddy drama. What you want? What more do you want? Like, what y'all be wanting to see? That's weird. I mean, why do you want to see the negative in people's life? Candy just flat out say, you know what, you jealous. You jealous of me. You been jealous. You know, you mad every time you're mad that things go well for me in life. And that's just flat out what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's time. It's time you just start telling folks when you notice the jealousy, the envy, flat out, just call it out. You're jealous. You're envious. I see it. It's exuding off of you. And we just gonna cut it right here. We just gonna keep it cute, remain cordial, and that's that. Strictly surface, cause can't be friends with people who jealous of you, who envious of you, and then it's secret hate and all of that. Please, Marlo can't hide it though. It gets to a point where they can't hide it no more. It really gets to a point where they cannot hide it. Anyway. We congratulate Candy on her Tony nomination. And I think that they move on from there. We move on to Marlo and Candy's breakdown, the breakdown of their friendship, if it ever was one. You know, we see the footage that we saw during the season where she's sharing with Candy that she lost a nephew and all of that. Andy want to know, so this happened like 2 years ago. So like you weren't upset with her then? You just upset now? Like, so what? What was it? Because she's saying she was triggered and all of that. Candy says that they had an emotional moment on that day, so she's really not understanding either what else she could have done. Marlo is just dragging this. You could have sang my sisters. You could have called and sang my sister's song. Candy like, I ain't close to your sister. Like, girl, you dragging it. You dragging it, and just say that. Why did Drew's word choice, bother Marlo so much? With Drew not saying shooting when they were talking about the incident at Candy's restaurant. And again, Marlo feels like everybody straddles a fence. Everybody walks a thin line, I should say, same thing as straddling the fence. Everybody is kind of coddling and Candy when they speak about things that pertain to her. Nobody wants to paint her in a negative light or anything surrounding her. And she felt like in that moment, Drew, looked over at Candy, and Candy kind of gave her a look like, shut the hell up. And then it was, Marlo's this and Marlo's that. She don't understand why we can bridle our tongue for Candy, but not for her. Again, whatever. Sonya gonna chime in trying to speak for Marlo. Again, see, she does this a lot as well. Just don't say nothing. Candy like, girl, please, I don't want to argue with you behind her, because that's what we do. We get to arguing behind her. I'm not trying to do that, because Candy and Sonya are cool. She don't want to have no problem with her because you're trying to cape for Marlo. Girl, just stop. Just stop. They agree that they just gonna be cordial. And that's just that. Candy says, yep, I'm good as long as she on good energy. She come with that bullshit, then I'm going to be on that same energy. Y'all, then Ralph comes out. First of all, head ass in a tux. Where the fuck you going? Where the hell you going, Ralph? He sit down, Drew give him a peach, and it's like, oh, Drew, here we go again with these props, girl. It's her timing. It's always the timing. It's the timing. Because the props could land if the timing was better. I hate that this hair be getting stuck on my earring like this. The props would land if the timing was better. Her timing is just, she doesn't have good comedic timing. She just doesn't, the timing is just not there. Anyway, he absolutely think he a housewife though. So, I mean, I get what you was trying to say. It just didn't land like you thought it was going to land. And that's okay. That's all right though. It's all right. Anyway, Ross is out. I mean, Ross. I wish it was Ross. Where the hell is Ross? Bring Ralph Get him out of here. Anyway, Ralph come out there, and he's immediately the victim. People, I guess when you talking like this, when you are, I'm all right, Andy, just taking it one day at a time, when you have the monotone voice like this, and when you feel like you're the calm one, and you just seem so, downtrodden, and you're the victim, and everybody's gonna feel sorry for me because I'm using this tone of voice. And it's like, no! No! Absolutely not. You're not fooling me. You a wolf in sheep's clothing. Devil in disguise, if you will. Please. Whole walking case study. Ain't nobody falling for the trick. Nobody. It might be some bird out there falling for the trick. Courtney fell for the trick. Brittany ain't falling for the tricks. I see Ralph and his passive aggression coming a mile away. I'm always saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it's something that really burns me up. Passive aggression, and when it's done to me, or when I notice it, see it, experience it, all of that, it really boils me up. And I'm really working on me so that that's something that doesn't trigger me, because I too can be passive aggressive. I just choose not to, because I feel like, why be that way when I can be direct? I can be direct with my tone, delivery, intent, all that. Why can't you? Playing in that lady face like that. He sit down with the bullshit. He gets asked a question, but he gonna throw it back to Drew. You want to answer that? Drew is like, no. Like, just answer the man. He asked you. You the one want to come out here and talk. So talk. Have your moment. Kenya, she telling Drew, just calm down. Just try. You have to talk. Because when he directs a question at her, Drew is like, Kenya like, come on, Drew. You have to answer. Because ain't nobody finna sit here. Don't nobody want to sit through this shit anyway. So go on and answer the man questions, and let's just get this over with. I don't even think the rest of the group should have been out there. This should have been a Ralph and Drew conversation, and everybody else could have saw their way out. Y'all remember that? This is an A-B conversation, so you can see your way out. We thought we was reading down. We thought we was selling the people. Then we thought we was getting them together. It was. That was one of those gather moments. Anyway, they have this. We look back on their relationship after we see the footage. This when Drew passed that peach to Ralph. Ralph said that they're going through mediation right now. So what are the rules? Y'all have a living arrangement. You're still living in the home. So what are the rules right now? Again, he defers to Drew to answer the question. Drew is like, I'm letting you have your moment. So have your moment. Shine, baby. Twirl. I don't know why she's doing this. Because again, he's the victim. He's here to be agreeable and cooperative and answer all the questions truthfully and honest. He's here to be honest and truthful and everything, and show everybody the truth. It's about the truth. Because what Drew has said about him, those things are slanderous. He's here to gain. He's here to give everybody a better understanding of who he is as a father. All kind of bullshit coming out of Ralph's mouth. Just all kind of BS. They asked, do the kids know? The kids don't know about any of this. They don't know about any of this. And so he asked again, so was all this, over the years, was it all a front for the cameras? And Drew says no. If anything, she's been protecting him for the cameras. And we believe it. Drew was laying out every little thing Ralph has done to her. And I believe you, Drew. I believe you. You be lying. Yes, we know. And now we know, that in the past, the things that you would be evasive about, that, you know, as it pertains to your marriage and your relationship. Now we know why. You was trying to protect Ralph, trying to protect your image, all of that. Don't be lying, but I mean, that's just what it gave. And now we sitting here like, girl, should we believe you? Should we not? I don't know. See, that's the thing about lying. You lie enough. The minute you tell the truth, now nobody believes you. Now everybody is just like, I don't know, girl. But no, I believe Drew wholeheartedly. I also believe that Drew in the recent months has decided to do her thing, get her lick back, all of that. And I don't blame her. I mean, that's just, ain't that how it goes? You reap what you sow. So, I mean, I'm not mad at you, Drew. I'm not mad at you, girl. I'm not mad at you. Because Ralph is a piece of work, and I know that you have been dealing with a lot. And then in that marriage, and especially she throws out the last 3 years, and that being, you know, when things started to go bad for them. And we saw it, girl. We know. Girl, we believe you. We believe that Ralph tried to isolate you and alienate you from your family. We believe it. He banned your sister from the home because your sister was telling you the truth. Because your sister was talking sense around there. Can't have nobody around there that's gonna, you know, manipulate you into, not even manipulate you. He can't allow anybody around you that will not allow him to manipulate you. That's normally how it goes. Can't have nobody around that's gonna be telling truths and getting in your ear, you know, making you think. He has to have control over your mind and every move you make and all that. Crazy tail self. He's asked about infidelity and all, you know, he tries to skirt around that. Drew say because when Ralph tries to throw out a lie, of course she's like, you know, you're playing in my face. Just yesterday you was telling me about this, that, and the third. You were apologizing for things. You know, you were telling me you was getting your dick sucked all around the world. Come on, Drew. Really? That's silly, man. Really? So you gonna gaslight capacity too. You just gonna gaslight the masses. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's doubling down on this. Drew is having an affair with Ty and all of that, and he says that he's been faithful. You know, we asked about Tampa. What was Tampa about? He gonna say, Drew knew I was in Tampa. Doing what? Oh, that was a work trip. Oh, was it? What about Vegas and you auditioning for Magic Mike and all that? Then he gonna say that was a lie. It was a lie? She made it up? But we got footage of Candy. And see, Candy, and this is another thing. Candy, what you doing? Candy be trying to prove them lies. And I don't get it, but I mean, whatever. She called her friend to see about that. Just say, is he really auditioning for this? Because she ain't believe it. Yes, he is. She couldn't believe it. But that confirmed, yes, he did go down there, go to Vegas to audition for the Chocolate Magic City Magic Mike situation. But on his social media, he made it a note to show us with his badge showing and all that he had a work conference. Somebody in IT, somebody that's in the tech business, you can pull out all kinds of stunts and scams, all kinds of them. When it comes to technology. And so I'm not buying nothing you selling, Ralph. Please. I believe Ralph was the one that sent them text messages around there to Sheree. Ralph, I don't believe that he and Mimi like got together and was in cahoots, but they had a conversation, I'm sure, and this is what he ran with. I'm sure of that. You know, like I don't put that past him. Ralph brings up the assistant, and the assistant being the one that aired this all out about she and Ty, and she's, you know, adamant that it wasn't her assistant, but then everybody on the couch is like, girl, yeah, it was him. He been talking. What assistant? Cause she got so many. It was the one that was in there. In that trailer with her reading them lines. He been around Atlanta telling all Drew business, which is terrible. It really is. Drew pulls out her phone because now she got some receipts of herself. Of her own. And these are messages from Ralph's phone, where, it's a naked photo, somebody's booty, talking about when you gonna bring that dick around here, or when you gonna bring it back, or something, bring the dick back, something like that. He said it was a catfish. Could just be some random girl. It don't matter. But she said, it don't matter. I have plenty. You talking about you ain't respond to this one, but I got more. I have more. Don't play with me. Drew's whole thing is, why are you sitting up here trying to be some victim when they've already had the big blow up at home where he was honest about what he's done, where he threw in her face all the things he's done and got away with. Now he want to sit up here and act like that didn't transpire, like she doesn't know everything. Like, ain't no sense in lying to the people, because I already know the truth. You already told me you was getting your dick sucked all around the world. So don't sit here today all sweet and docile like you just oh, I just want her to be happy. I love my wife. No, you don't. No, you do not. Please. I kind of want to move on because I don't even care about Ralph no more. Andy asks about they talk about the adoption situation. He again says that, he's not gonna. Oh, here he go again, because he has to try to pull at people's heartstrings. I can't as a black man, I can't do that to another black man. Just take his, opportunity to be a father to his son. Get out of here, please. Drew says that he's not a safe space for her. She loves her husband, but he is not a safe space for her. She is not allowed. She cannot be vulnerable around him, with him, none of that. His words are, "Fuck your feelings." Verbatim, those are his words. And so, yeah, she don't see it she don't see it for him. She's getting emotional, she's starting to cry and all of that. He gonna say, "Drew, you're acting right now." Drew was like, "You know what? Fuck this shit." She get up. Because she ain't doing this. She said, "I ain't doing this. I don't do it at home. I ain't doing it here. Nope. You're not about to play in my face. I'm getting the fuck on. Y'all have a good night." And she exits. Sonya goes after her to check on her, but she's out of there. She in her dressing room crying, of course. Allison is like, "Why won't you tell them about the PI?" She said, there are certain things I'm not doing. She's just not going there. She's not slinging mud like that. And she wishes that her husband would sit up on the couch and apologize and do the things that he was doing privately, as opposed to trying to make himself to be some kind of victim and always putting her in positions to where she's humiliated and she's made to look like a clown out here. He don't mind embarrassing her in public. He does not mind her being the brunt of the joke. And that's the problem. Like, you're her husband. When she does leave, she's off stage, and Kenya, takes a moment to give her 2 cents. She is very calm, cool, and collected. She is, she's talking to him in a way to which he should receive what she's saying. Because she's, she's being empathetic to their situation, and the fact that she's also dealt with this, with her own soon to be ex-husband, hopefully. Ralph gonna ask her how long she been married. She's like, "Does that matter?" So now my feelings are dismissed. So now you just gonna dismiss my experiences because I've only been married 2 years. Oh, okay. She gathered him. She absolutely did. Ralph couldn't say nothing because it was all true. You are just like Mark's toxic, tired, sorry ass. One and the same. Just they absolutely the same kind of caliber of man. Very beta. Very beta. Anyway, Drew returns. Ralph telling her some more lies, about loving her and wanting her to be happy, because he absolutely does not. It's bullshit. Drew has a single that she's going to perform. This is very cringe. It was very embarrassing. She's sitting up singing a song about her husband to her husband. It's a breakup song, and she's singing it to the man that she's breaking up with. It's cringe. It really is. She sang, though. Her mic was on. She hit her note. She hit her note, but I can tell that she's just emotionally drained. And them people didn't do that. They ain't even care. They don't care. They ain't help. They just dug the knife deeper with each question, with each topic. Drew, you definitely gonna need to go see Dr. Ken. I hope you went and sat down with Dr. Ken after the reunion, because I'm almost certain it was a lot. I'm sure it was tough emotionally. But yeah, she performs the song. I was about to cry, y'all. I was just like, oh, poor thing. and I know we give Drew a hard time, but it's just like with this, I didn't like it. Anyway, that's the end of the season, guys. We cheers to the season, and it's a wrap. Now I gotta go edit all of these clips and things because my husband wouldn't stay out the room. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Buzz. Oh, excuse me. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, and it's Call Me Buzzme, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.